out of the way. Oh, that's the flickery one. Okay, so that's, yeah, let's turn that one off and turn on starboard. Disco mode.
Yeah. Are you ready for to come out of auto?
Yeah.
Okay, you're good to go back in if you want. Or not.
Or not?
Or not, up to you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
I was like, what?
It wasn't that kind of or not. Okay. Well, the only thing that I'm concerned about is why I can't see terrain in Argus's meso right now, and we should definitely be able to.
Just gonna set my Z bias and then. And then we'll take a quick peek at that.
Yeah.
So the Z bias is just, I try to get the vehicle so it's neutrally buoyant. I like to actually fly a little heavy. It's a little too much heavy. The reason for that is that that way if I stop messing with this, I'm just going to slowly kind of settle out, and it makes it really nice to do like a soft landing as you're doing a video of something. But like right now, I'm almost like perfectly neutral, right? I'm not really going up, I'm not really going down, so I'll probably go just a little bit heavier than that. And then for the moment, I'm going to do this, and we're going to mess with this guy.
I'm wondering if it just needs to be restarted, unless the gain is really that low.
Orientation is down, scan speed is fine.
Is it the TVG? That's on. You've seen that before, right? Where it's like that weird greenish.
Yeah.
On,
I don't know why this, hang on, so this is also.
We could just restart with the original values, you know?
Actually, probably the best thing to do. So I'm just going to stop it and close it.
I think so. Start with the Herc-Arg presets.
Yeah, because this might have been from something they were doing with the other two vehicles.
Right.
Okay. Save settings, don't save. So I'm just rebooting the sonar software because we should have all our preset settings in here. Herc-Arg, okay. Top dial is, no, the bottom one is the primary comp, or the main comp. That top dial is a pressure gauge associated with the craft comp. But since it's a constant pressure comp, by having a pressure gauge on it doesn't really do what you want it to do. Right, that's a pressure and temperature thing. Because now we're at bottom, but since we're going to be staying at this depth or increasing, it should be staying or going up. If it starts to go down and we haven't gone down in depth, then we know we have a problem. That's why we log it on a regular basis. The craft is the big one with the yellow band on it. Yeah, it's that one at 4. Okay, good, good, good. Let's do, I want to check one thing over here. That is way easier to read.
The window is all wrong.
Yeah. Well, let it get set up first. I don't
Sorry,
know why
science, I know this is painful. We're just getting set up and getting some of these systems checked.
Set. Yeah. Come on.
So this is a sable fish.
Got it.
Did I say that correctly?
So we're, just to let you know, we came down a little bit downslope of that 2A point. So we're a little deeper, and we're about 200 meters away from it. I could zoom out a bit and show you, but. Yeah. It's a little.
Okay. Let's step this out to
and then
30.
we'll also want, before we start moving, we're going to want lasers on and kind of in the middle of the screen.
Sure.
The middle of the screen part's the easiest part.
I'm going to adjust the gains on these. Or do you want me to look at the control head TVG settings first? Or just do the...
No, go ahead. Just the gains. But we're correct. This is now Herc, so
yeah, that looks.
So now we're back
correct.
to the correct orientation. That's Herc. You can see Argus. Or yeah, yep. Yeah, you can actually do it over there. It should be lower left, LL, and do you have negative Argus front? Okay, you don't have it there. Let's do.
Yeah.
So it looks the same pretty much, maybe a little bit lower. We'll do maybe 2.5 or something like that for the Argus comp. Is 4. Those are all kind of approximates.
Okay.
All right. So everything looks good. I'm gonna.
Happy?
Yeah.
Okay. Science. So just let us know if you want to do that push core now, or we'll drive towards our waypoint 2A. And see.
Well,
if
they don't
you're
want
happier.
corals, and there's a C-pen right there.
Right.
Yeah.
So what we do want is, so mark here 1720. So let's make certain that there aren't any corals for about 15, 20 minutes. And we do
15,
have some
20 minutes is highly subjective to the speed at which we're moving.
Yeah, that's true too.
Do you want me to start to get a move on?
Yeah, let's go ahead and start moving towards our target.
Sure. It'll be slightly askew, but upslope in general. And it will be at
Look
bearing
at that.
080.
So Gary, if you could
bridge now.
Make certain that we're not missing any
We have one
C-pens
step
before we
30 meters, bearing 080.
We have had a few C-pens here and there.
Thank you.
Yeah. Science, did I hear we want to do those here?
Okay. Thank you.
Did you want a push core here then?
Yeah, so we'll do a push core here.
Okay, I can just hold the ship, or we can just wait. We can just move 30 meters and take one there. We're already starting to move. Nah, I'll just stop it. Bridge now.
There, just do a shorter move and catch up to where I am.
Stand by. Sorry, what was that, Greg?
You could just do a shorter move and catch up to where I am.
Okay, yeah, well, I'll wait till we're halfway through this and stop.
So I'm just gonna kind of settle down in.
We have a question. The person says, is this an area that is going to be opened up for bottom trawling?
No, I believe that this is going to. Actually, it's not an EFH, so it.
So I'm just gonna stick lock down a little bit.
Maybe Danny can
and
answer
we're
that
just-
question.
We're stable. It's a lot easier to do things. And then you can always tilt up a little bit, or actually, I did drive to tether extent.
What's that?
I did drive pretty much to tether extent. You could do like a 20-meter move, and you'd be right where I am.
I called in a 30, so I'll just. What is
Pause
the tether
it.
length on this
Pause
one?
it halfway. It's 35, 37, somewhere around there.
Last one was 42.
So Brandy, we're
I don't
going to get
think it's
set up
40.
here to
It might
take a
be
core
42.
sample. Push core.
If it was 42 on the last time you were nav, it's 42.
Cool.
Yeah, but that seems very specific, doesn't it? Nobody's measuring out 42.
Ah. That's the answer to everything. Well, let's go ahead and see what happens if we do that.
All right, we're just about halfway through the move. I'm gonna go a little further and then I'll hold.
Okay.
And Argus will be maybe on top of you.
All right, Science, we're going to go ahead and before we stir up more sediment with the push
now.
core, we'll do the Niskin.
Hold position, please. Thank you.
No, we'll wait on the
Waiting on the
Niska.
Niskin, just doing
yeah,
the push
because we
core.
have
Okay.
because we have corals around.
All right, that's fine then. Okay, so then we need to change our cameras. And so, man, I haven't done a push core in like 2 years.
Well, now everybody in the van knows.
Yeah. And the world.
And the
Everybody
world.
knows. So
Just
if
share
you
that
go to
with
preset 4,
Mm-hmm.
then it helps me
Mm-hmm.
watch as I swing around. Right, because I'm going off of my main camera. I can see myself in the side camera. I'm going to go ahead and hold there. And we'll go to salvo starboard.
Yeah. So if you're on the quad, you can actually see the arm moving and picking things up.
And then one of the things that I like to do is always make sure that my elbow is down. All right, so I can see the elbow up in 4. All right, that little bit. And that way I know I'm not going to come around and hit the vehicle. And let's go ahead and switch back to forward. Normal. This stuff seems pretty sticky. Anywhere in particular? Science?
I think right there is good.
Okay, let me get lined up and down.
Could we get a close zoom on where you're about to put it before you set it down?
Sure. All right, video, let's push in.
Mm-hmm.
Hold that. You good with that, Jamie?
I'm good, thank you.
All right. Video, let's come wide.
All right.
Thanks, Aaron.
You're welcome, Greg.
Someone is asking, what are the tube structures in the top quarter of Hercules
So the reason I
screen?
went down all the way is
So
I
I'm
watched as
assuming those are
the
used
sediment
to
on the
collect
inside was actually
samples.
pushed down a little bit. Usually you like to preserve the top. You don't want anything to come out. And then, because it seems really sticky, we're gonna do a kind of smear to try and break that.
Nice sample.
Seems very sticky.
Yeah. Just means it's being nice to me on my first push core in a long time.
Yeah, just listening to you.
And then I'm actually going to go back to starboard.
Jamie, I'm no scientist, but I think that this is 001, is that correct?
It sounds like you are a scientist.
And there's no reason to slam those down because there's no real water outlet at the bottom. So by just letting it drift down, then you're not going to really disturb the sediment on the inside.
Cool. Getting power washed.
What?
Getting power washed over here.
Then I will give them a little push because there's a rubber stopper on the bottom. It'll help kind of lock that all in place. All right, so now if you go to the Herc Hydraulics page and hit sample tray in and press and hold it, it's in the middle, towards the top, yep, sample tray in, and we'll get that closed up. There we go. That's, yep, and that's as far as it goes.
Cool.
And then I go back to my and when we go to the salvo starboard, you can see I get the main HD in 12, so I can do a little bit of work with that. All right, so that's it for samples here.
All right.
Yeah, actually there's a C-pen.
Yeah.
If you don't have to move Herc to zoom in on it. It was just out in front. There you go. If you can zoom in on that one. Yeah, that one.
All right, Aaron, go for it.
What do you think, Gary? I don't think so. Okay. Is that,
That's probably full zoom at this.
okay.
Yeah, so that's full zoom. That's all I've got.
And I don't believe that's on the list, correct? Lounge, Danny?
Now
Caitlin?
let's put bubble back to front porch.
I don't recognize it. I
All
was
right.
just thinking that if that's on the list of C-pens, yeah. It's just that once we get up, because of the soft sediment, it's just going to
It's gonna get, yeah, it's gonna
yeah,
be.
it's going to get messy. So I wanted to take a look at it before it got too.
All right. Well, if you're
before we
good,
move.
then we'll come full wide.
Good?
Yeah. If you can hold just for just a second, I'm
Sure.
taking a look at our species request list and photos. I don't see that one on the list, but if Danny or Caitlin can confirm that we don't need this one.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to get Dusty in order to move over to it anyway. So.
This one. There you go. And down. Okay.
Yeah, I'd have to get a closer zoom to see if it is, but Danny, I'd have to get a closer zoom to check out and see if it's the one we want. I can't recognize it from here.
All right, video. Let's come full wide.
Okay.
We'll try to do a non-messy bump over. It is really soft. Look at that.
Yeah. Seems to be some kind of current blowing it away though.
There is a current, which is nice.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah, we'll get a.
It might be that.
Wow.
Yeah, I knew this was going to happen. But this looks like it might be. We just need to get a little closer. What do you think the likelihood of that will be, Greg?
Oh, can we get closer? Yeah, we
Can
can
we
get
get
closer.
okay. And just wait for the sediment to settle.
Oh, here he comes. Go ahead, George. Thank you. Thank
Got
you.
a jelly.
We thought you would like
I
that.
do oblige.
Argus camera.
He doesn't let you get away with anything.
Well, this just goes to show you how much is living in that sediment.
Maybe
We have
not
a
as much
question
current
about
as we
the
want.
sediment samples. They'd like
Yeah,
to
there's a
know,
bunch lower
will it
down.
be subjected to metagenomic testing to identify what organisms are present?
It is clearing.
I don't know what metagenomic testing is.
Neither do I.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're doing with it. If it's
Here's another
macrofauna.
question. If the C-pen is one that is rare, or is it one that we expect to be common?
Because there are other similar ones around, and it's so close, but it is one that is would be new to species to the sanctuary and inventory,
So,
and
right, so we
we're in
wouldn't
the
know if
right
it's
depth
common.
range, and it kind of C-pens are hard to tell. You actually have to look at
they're
it
very similar.
pretty up close, but I'm pretty certain that the camera can give us a little bit better detail once we get just a little bit closer.
Can just make out that anemone, which means we're close.
So right now we're just waiting for the sediment to settle.
ONC viz. There it is.
No, that wasn't the one they were looking at.
It's to the
This
left.
one's
They were looking
checker,
for
yeah.
this one. Yeah.
Yeah. You can see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
There it is. Oh, you want to get both, huh? Do I have my stick pointing back?
Okay.
Yes.
All right, Aaron, let's push in. And now we wait.
The polyps are all out. There's 1, 2, 3. There's 8. Is there 8 or 7 tentacles? It's very straight.
It should become a little bit clearer once the sediment settles too, so you'll get
Okay.
a better.
And there are several others in the area.
Yeah, as it clears, it'll get a bit better.
Oh, nice work, Aaron.
What happened to porch light?
Where's porch light? Greg?
It is known. It is known from outside of the sanctuary, but it's not known inside the sanctuary. Mm-hmm.
It's really gone.
Yeah.
Wait, were they just renamed or something?
No, we're still, those
Forward
are the
matrix,
standard
starboard, forward,
number of
forward LED,
lights -1.
That's not good. Do you think that that was purposeful?
I don't know.
Is porch light still physically on the vehicle?
Yeah.
Huh. I'm guessing it's off, but we don't know.
We
Can
can
we look
check.
at it with the bubble?
Yeah, look back at the main HD camera with the bubble camera.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So Aaron, it looks a little green tint. Can you fix the color?
What was that?
I think
Can you fix the color? It looks a little green.
Well,
Or is that just the sediment in the water?
So
I
we
think
did a
that-
white balance with it.
Yeah, I think that's sediment in the water.
Okay.
It doesn't look like it's on. Oh, actually, you know, a good camera for that is porch light's not on.
Porch light is not on,
Correct.
but there's no way to turn it on. As
All
far
right.
as we
Yeah,
know.
we can look back down at the main porch.
That's a little Easter egg surprise from John.
Yeah.
Well, that we can do buttons
I
and
don't-
stuff like that. so.
Danny, I don't think we've gotten the lasers on, lasers off before we collect it, but Gary's very interested in collecting this one.
Aaron, you want to come wide for the lasers?
Yep.
Lasers.
Yeah, if we can get those lasers right at the base.
Sure.
Yeah, the lasers are 10 centimeters apart.
Too much.
It's the right size, it's the right shape, it's the right tentacles.
All right. Aaron, you want to push in, keep the lasers in the frame and the coral? So.
How many tentacles did you see again?
I thought I saw 8. Yeah, on one I counted 7, so but I did count 8 on a couple of the others.
All right, so this is a yes.
This is a yes.
Okay.
Can we get
And
any better focus? I know there's still some
We're
sediment.
working through sediment right now, unfortunately.
Yeah, let's go.
That's about the best
Let's
you
wait
can
until
get.
we get some a clearer view.
Aaron, you want to push all the way back in?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's nice. And can we tilt down a little?
I think they want the whole thing.
Yes, we're going to want the whole thing. I don't. Once you get it into the manipulator arm, it's just going to come out of the sediment anyway.
So what species are you thinking, or family, or genera, or whatever do you think this is?
I think it's a prototillum. I believe it's a prototillum.
And what's the, I guess, is it stiff or is it flexible?
I think it's fairly flexible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jan.
Yes.
So currently we're looking at a C-pin and trying to get a closer look at it as we wait for the sediment to settle so that the cameras can get a clear view.
I can drop the blacks, which will define it a bit more, but it will add that green tone back into it. So it depends what you guys want.
I would give it a shot. I think it's a guaranteed sample at this point anyway.
Yeah, and we did get some good lighting when the lasers were out. When the focus was out and the lasers were at the base.
Yeah.
And this is nice. Yeah.
All right, so we're going for a sample?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Do you want me wide again?
Yeah, let's come wide. What type of base is this?
It's not. There's not much of a base to it, right?
Yeah, it's just a muscular base, only a couple centimeters in the sediment.
Okay. The question is, how do you want to sample it? Do you want me to send it up through the slurp?
I guess that would
Yeah, I think so. That's going to cause the least amount of damage, right?
And if there's any chance of it being floaty, it kind of guarantees that we get it in it. Keep it.
Yeah. Let's do the slurp then.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the
We're gonna
slurp
do
would
the
be
slurp.
best.
So
And
that's
Jamie,
our
did we see any associates on
bucket.
it?
Go ahead
No.
and back on Herc Hydraulics page. We're going to do sample jar, and I don't know whether it's forward or reverse, but we want to get to our flush bucket. Other way.
Okay.
And it's a Geneva gear up there, so it does kind of lock you into should be the flush bucket. Give it one more. Yeah, it says flush on the bottom. Yep. So the big F is the.
Oh yeah.
What is what?
So is that where we
So
want?
no, we want to go back. It'll be the main centered one. Yep. So that's our flush bucket, and then the starboard suction, T2. It's on the bottom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So T2. We're not going to do anything on that yet, but
that's
that'll
what's
be the suction.
Okay.
So for starters, let's just run it and flush it.
So positive.
Yep.
10 or 5.
Go to 50.
Oop.
And I'll give. And then bump it up to 100, and it should clear up pretty quick. And in this case, I know it's all the same sediment, but it's just a habit. It's good practice. All right, we'll leave it at 100.
And so you're waiting for the...
We're just waiting for that to kind of be more of a clear water, and I think we're clear enough at this point.
Cool.
Jamie, are you happy with our flush?
Yes.
Okay, so we can zero that. And then we'll rotate to jar 1
Okay.
on the sample jar. Yep.
So
It's probably reverse. I think they're up backwards. I might have lied to you.
That's 7.
okay.
All right, so we're lined up on jar 1. And all right, Aaron, if we can push in some.
Yep.
Let's hold that. And we can go ahead and start our slurp. Go
What?
up to 50.
Negative?
No, we're going to do the same thing. We're just
Positive.
going up. Yep.
Okay, 50.
Nice work.
Polyps are closing up there. Still attached.
Huh.
Still attached.
Oh, wow.
Those roots.
I think
Still
if you bring it back,
attached.
Still attached.
It's really deep base.
Well, if it's been sedimenting a lot, that would...
Yeah. Let's see where it is. Still attached.
Oh.
Oh, we got most
We
of
got-
it though.
Oh,
All right.
so
broke at
Gary's
some
thinking that it's a virgularia because they have a muscular attachment,
Right?
and you. Oh.
So yeah, it seems like I was just pushing it down into the...
Mm-hmm.
See if it's in there.
I don't
Nope,
see it.
nothing in there, but...
So Gary, you're pretty certain it's not a... Okay, so we can abort this one.
Okay. Video full wide.
It looked very close to a prototillum, but they're not going to have that hard muscular base to it.
So it's not what we want.
It's not what, that is correct. It's not what we want.
Suction's still on.
Oh, yeah, go ahead and turn off the suction.
oh yeah.
Oh,
Well, we might want to run it now. And,
Once we're...
once we're up in the air.
Yeah.
yeah. So it'll eventually come back out. But it's not one of the ones that we want. We didn't destroy it.
Okay, so you think it'll come back up?
Yeah, it'll come back up.
Okay.
Yeah. The virgularia, I'm asking Gary, the virgularia, they have a really strong muscular base, and when they're
I'm gonna
disturbed, they
pop
just
up
kind
for
of
1
sink
second to
back
help them
down
with their mic.
into their hole. And that's what this one did. And the virgularia is not on, yeah, it's not on our list for.
All right, so I'm going to pop up and shake off, and
Okay,
we'll get ready to keep going.
yeah, let's go start our transit to the target area.
Okay. When was the last time we took numbers?
1040.
10:40.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're fine. We can...
Let me know when you're ready for a move.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do a move.
Okay.
I'm going to
080.
shake off.
Bridge nav. 1 step, 30 meters, bearing 080. Thanks.
That explains that one.
So Gary, can you tell us about how corals feed? Because it looks like those tentacles were way out and maybe feeding, actively feeding at the time.
Yes, they were in feeding mode when the tentacles are completely expanded like that on both sides of the stem. That's when they're in feeding mode and they're collecting the detritus and particulates in the marine snow for their nutrition.
All right, Science, we have a ship move in, so I'm just kind of shaking off dirt so we don't have to deal with it later.
All right. And about what time do we think we need to start coming back up?
To be on deck by 4, part of it depends on what depth we've reached.
Okay, so that's 4 p.m. or 4 a.m.?
4 a.m.
That's what I thought. Okay, good.
So if, let me see what our, sorry, I've got a plan in front of me. I'll just stick with that.
So this is a pretty long dive, and we'll be here, we'll be in Box Canyon all day.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, depending on what the sediment is, and this stuff is really sticky and very soft.
Probably 2 a.m.
You end up getting it in the grates.
Is when we'd have to
and
start our
you
ascent.
can still see it
Okay,
in the
great.
grates over there.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a little,
Right, so that's
little
going to be a
less than
gotcha
that.
for anybody else. So I'm just trying to
215.
get off as much of it as I can.
I'm basically just shaking the...
Yep.
I think Argus is pretty clear, so I'm going to call in another move.
Sure.
Bridge nav. Add 1 step. Thank you.
We're at only 15 meters of delta depth.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm just bouncing up and down a lot.
Okay.
It's a large part of that.
Someone from Charlotte, North Carolina just tuned in. Welcome and thank you for tuning in.
Really, you don't want to, there's all the little things, but you don't want to hand over a vehicle that's totally dusty and, you know, then follows you. Let's go ahead and let's run the slurp
Okay.
just to clear it. We'll
Plus
try and clear as much stuff out of that jar as possible.
50?
Let's run 100. So what type of things are on our most wanted list? I know I saw some black corals.
Yeah, there's several species of black coral, a couple of species of bamboo coral. The black corals are undergoing some taxonomic changes. And, oh, what is that? It's like a, is that a corkscrew coral? Or is it a coral with a brittle star on it?
Video, let's push in. Boy, you were ready.
Greg, is that good on the clear?
Oh.
I'd
Oh,
keep
several
going.
brittle stars.
It's
Oh, that's a branched C-pin. Or no, sorry.
Wow,
That's
look at that.
just another tentacle of one of the brittle
yeah,
stars.
there's a very large brittle star.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. Maybe an anemone too.
Yeah,
Or a
there's an
sea star.
anemone on the end.
Something like that. The one, that other one,
Is that it? Is that a need to break at the end, or is that?
I think it's an anemone.
I think
with
that's
like a fly
an
trap
anemone.
in it or
We
something.
can get in closer. Video.
Yeah,
That's all I've got.
that's an anemone.
They give a fly trap anemone,
Oh,
brittle
it's
star.
yeah, it's an enemy.
Yeah,
Anemone.
That is a massive brittle
I've
star.
never seen one
It
with a base
is.
like that, or with the center.
Jamie, can we get a few shots of that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you want me to,
You're
so
on it.
It does look
Another
like
step?
it's on some
Yeah.
kind of C-pen structure.
Bridge snap?
Yeah.
Add one step. Wow, massive.
That's very nice.
And Aaron, let's come back and get, yeah, lasers. There we go. Let's hold that.
All right.
Get an idea of some perspective. So stretched end to end, that brittle star would be at least half a meter.
Yeah, the lasers are 10 centimeters. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so each one of those is probably about
20, I would say 20 to 30.
yeah.
All right, so now since we are going uphill, you do need to come up on your delta.
Okay.
Bonk.
Cool little find.
Thank you, Aaron.
Yep.
And you can bump in past
Yeah,
the
that's
equipment.
there's up above Argus. Going up. Yeah.
Yep, so keep coming up.
Back up to 20.
Yeah. And then I want to do... Jamie, we pretty much cleared sample jar 1. You can see it in bucket cam.
Yeah.
So that one's still a good...
It does have some sediment, so we'd probably save it for last choice, but I think if we were getting in
Yeah, we can
a
try to...
large object, then it
We can
would
try
be
to
a
pulse
problem.
it a little bit, see if we can get that cleared.
Big Holothurian in there. I've seen
That
a
is
couple of
a-
those so far.
That is a big guy.
Tumbleweed on the right. Blom, blom, blom.
Good sound effects.
Thank you.
Lots of bioturbation. That's nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of little stuff in the sediment.
I'm gonna add another one.
Yep.
So we can get to our target here. Bridge nav. One step. Thanks.
Are you climbing uphill right now?
Yep.
Okay.
Kind of surprised that there's no returns in Argus.
It's super soft.
Yeah. Soft and just like not really that steep of an angle anyway, so.
It's a good landing area.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are massive holothurians.
Yeah, they are. Brittle stars are big. Holothurians are big. Makes sense. I mean, it's so much sediment for them to consume, filter through.
Yeah, and if this is the standard for the snow, it's a high sedimentation rate.
Right. Could be more of them just buried under there.
Probably
Got
are.
a snow event happening.
Snowmageddon.
Yep.
Snowmageddon. Aaron, you want to push in?
Yep.
Go for it.
There's a target with a shadow dead ahead too.
And
So
the
sea
polyps
prints is not
are
really.
not poking out far enough.
That doesn't have any polyps open.
No, I didn't see any.
And yeah, there's a rock or something ahead.
Yeah. Dead ahead. I don't know what's up with the sea prints.
I'll have to mess with that in a moment.
Is it just the anemone?
Oh, another one.
No.
No, it's so
No.
far down.
Oh.
Is it an anemone on an anemone?
I think
There's
it's
like
on a
I
two
think they're
on
both on
there.
a rock.
rock, yeah.
Oh yeah, the other one's just big.
That's quite cool.
I'm gonna stop moving there. Calling in a few. Just in case this rock is something. There it is.
There it is.
Big. Now where did that come from?
Well, where did?
Yeah, sea prints is not. It's either
There's some sea pins
misaligned.
coming off of it. There's a bifurcated one down there,
Oh yeah.
down to the bottom.
Right. And some
There's the Ferraria, the sponge.
We don't have a way to look at the
Yeah.
angle of the sea prints, do we?
Flytrap anemone.
I have to go into the settings.
I just mean the physical mount
yeah.
of it.
Oh no, I mean I know it's right. It's in the shadow, but it's right there.
Yeah. Does it look like it's not tilted, so should be all right.
So that probably just broke loose and rolled down the slope.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite some time ago. All right, so you can go ahead and look down a little bit so you can kind of keep me in camera.
Cool.
And then I will end up pushing farther out again, but
Are you okay with that visually, Greg?
What?
Without the arm and stuff in?
oh yeah, you can bump it past that.
Cool.
Yeah.
You good, Greg? Call
Yep.
another one. Bridge nav. One more step,
Let's
please.
find some hard substrate. I don't see any coming
Yes, please.
up on the radar.
Oh, picnigonid.
Picnigonid.
Yeah, it just flew right over it.
Oh,
Big
I
one.
saw it. I love those. If there's anyone who's watching that heard me on the last cruise, you know how excited I get about those.
I didn't catch that about.
The picnigonids.
Oh.
Yeah, we just saw a big one.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Keep pushing forward.
Some sort of a feature in Argus coming up.
Yeah, there's something.
Now I'm wondering if the gain. Well, the gain's pretty high up on the outside edges, but
It's still soft,
yeah,
right? I mean,
it's
that's
just like getting diffused and absorbed.
a lot of little anemones.
Yeah. Fish.
Ooh, look at the fish.
Caitlin, what kind of fish? Jamie, do you know what kind of fish?
It looks similar to the one we saw earlier, which we were told is a Pacific flatnose, but I'm not going to say that for sure until I hear from the people in the lounge.
Here they come.
Yep, Pacific flatnose, you got it.
Oh, good.
Okay, yay.
1 point, Jamie.
I don't typically see it with those white spots on it.
As they say, it looked like he'd been in a fight. Yeah, so when we're going uphill, you end up doing a lot of winch work.
Cool. Ooh, what's that? An enemy
It's
with
a
the white.
clubfoot.
Video that's
Club
pushing.
anemone, a Corolla
Hold that.
morpharian. Oh, that's a
Wow.
beautiful shot.
Really cool.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
What is this again? What are we looking at?
Corolla, Gary? Corolla morpharian. Coralla morpharian.
And there's a little
we're
tube
gonna
worm
test
in
it.
the back. You can see its fluffy
Full wide
plume
video.
sticking out of the tube.
Bridge nav.
It is. And that is just a crab skeleton.
Yeah.
It is super soft on the top.
Add one step.
Somebody's molt.
There's that. Starting to see these ridges.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
starting to
there's
get
a
some
lot.
ridges. Oh yeah, there's a
Some
bunch of
harder
those.
substrate. You can see
Oh,
there's a
what's that
bigger one coming up in
fish?
Argus. Go ahead, Bridge.
I had an intern one time call these anemones sparklies. Sparklies.
Oh.
According to Guy, this is hard, right? Or is it mixed? This little kind of darkish line.
The sediment?
Yeah, the
Oh.
sediment.
It's soft.
No, what she's
Chart
looking
is
at,
on top of what looks like.
she's looking at the navigation.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking at the navigation with the
so those are
modeling
slope.
behind it.
Those are sloped areas.
Oh, those are, okay, so this isn't
So
substrate
we-
hardness.
No.
Okay.
We're hoping that there's rock. We're hoping that because it's steep, we're going to find rock. And that's rock right there.
And there you go. Thank you, Dr. Cochran. Geologist extraordinaire.
These little purple anemones seem to really like this substrate.
Yeah, anytime there's a rock, there's a bunch of them on it.
Yeah.
What's this in the lower right?
Lower.
Yeah, is
Gary?
that a coral?
Do we have a coral there?
The pink thing? Is that what we're looking at?
It's
Pinkish
starting to
white?
yeah,
Is
pinkish
that
white, yeah.
Instamathis? One of
No,
those-
not the
Oh.
dog toy.
Yeah.
It's coming.
You're
It's
going
more
for
white.
This one.
That one.
Video, let's push in.
Are you talking about the mushroom coral back there,
Yeah.
Greg? Yeah.
Oh, this is the black coral we have plenty of samples of. Okay. Oh no, this has a little point at the end, at the top. I think it's the first one on the list, isn't it? Yeah, if we can hold here.
Okay.
Bridge now.